The last time I was here, we did the leg workout machines. If you haven't checked that one out, go check out that video. What we're doing is I'm at Planet Fitness and they put in some new machines and we're going to go try them out. Last video was the leg machines. This time I'm going to do the chest machines because it's chest day. So I'm going to do the new ones that they have in there and I'll show you guys what they look like and how they work. So follow me in there. All right, I'm going to get low so you guys can see me. There's actually only really two new machines here. This is the first one. So it's a supine, means laying flat, uh, just bench press, hammer strength bench press. So hammer strength pretty much just means that you can, one side is controlled uh, by only one hand instead of like, a bar or something being there. Um, this machine honestly doesn't have as much range of motion as I would like. There's the stopping points right here. It's a little too high for me, but this is actually good for people who may have shoulder issues because it does stop that high, so it prevents you maybe from stretching too far back and putting some injury in your shoulder. So I'll show you guys what it looks like. You can either grab here or here. I generally grab here works a little bit more, a little bit less, excuse me, of the chest compared to here because you do get more of that stretch. Although, like I said, it does stop a little bit right there, a little bit too high for my preferences. I would choose either a dumbbell incline bench press or dumbbell flat bench press instead of this, unless you want to do some really big loading, like more strength, then this one would be a good option to do. I'll show you guys how this works. You always want to get the bench right about to mid chest level, and then make sure you're not hunched up. You probably can't see me. You want to make sure you're not hunched up like that. And kind of relax, and then push up. And see, that's the problem with the stops being too high is it takes the tension off, but it can help with power movements because you want to put as much force as you can on that contraction movement. So if I wanted to keep the tension, I just wouldn't come down as far and I would come right back up. Okay. And then another good thing about this machine too, I don't know if you saw it while I was doing it, but it starts Y and it kind of comes more center compared to if you were doing, just like a regular bench press. It does simulate more of like a dumbbell bench press movement. So, I mean, overall, this is a good machine. This is a good machine to add to them. Like I said, there's just a few downtime, but overall, it's a pretty good machine. This is the second. This is the second new machine that they have. Honestly, it's not really new. If you go to some other Planet Fitnesses, they have pretty much the same exact machine. It's got the weight stack that you can take the pin out and put it back in. The only difference now is that it has the plates. I'm not much of a fan is this one. I think the arc goes too high. I get it. It is for incline, but if you put the incline too high, it's more of an anterior deltoid. Still works the chest for sure, but I just wouldn't like the angle to go as high as it does. So let me show you. So you see how high it goes? I mean, yeah, I still feel it in my chest for sure, but I mostly feel it down here. When I come back up, I feel it, most of the pressure kind of just in my shoulders more than anything else. And also another thing while I was doing that, it's kind of hard to feel a really good stretch on this one. Um, I would probably, if I were to do it differently, I'm just on the setting that it was at, I would probably start it lower. But even then, the stops that it has prevent you from really getting that full range of motion in. But again, this is something that could be good for people who may have shoulder issues. But because it still is more of a shoulder exercise compared to a chest, still works the upper chest. But again, the angle is just a little bit too high for me. Um, I would go very light if I had shoulder issues. And honestly, if they were bad, if my shoulder issues were bad enough, I wouldn't even use this machine. Um, so honestly, I would rather just do an incline dumbbell bench press where the incline isn't as high as this one is. Yeah, that's all the new chest machines. I told you it wasn't as much as the leg ones. There's actually one machine that technically can be for back. Um, what the hell? I'll show you guys that machine, and then we can do kind of make it a little bit of a mostly a push, but a little bit of pull down as well. Okay, so if you remember this one, we did this one for legs, but I mentioned in that video also we can do this as well for our back. So the main two things that we can do is we can do rows and we can do deadlifts with this one. So this is really nice because it's kind of like doing a trap deadlift, like with the trap bar. So you just have to come up, probably stand up a little bit better and come back down. It kind of puts the weight a little bit behind you, but it's still kind of nice. It still works your back really well with this one. And then, of course, so I said you can do rows. You can also do shrugs with this one. So it's probably going to cut my head off. But you could grab either this one. I would just grab this one because it has a little bit of a wider and shrug up. Yeah, it's cut my head off, but that's okay. You can see the movement, right? So you can do shrugs with it. And then the last thing that I'm going to show you is we can do the rows. So we just stay bent over. And we can do that one. I would prefer doing this over like a dumbbell row because you don't have to worry about stability. You don't have to worry about dragging the dumbbell to, to your bench. You can put the weight off and you can just pull. So I think that's really nice about this. This is really a versatile machine. So if you see this in your gym, try doing all those exercises. So we had Bulgarian split squats. We had Romanian deadlifts. We could do Romanian deadlifts with it, rows, shrugs, like kind of chop bar deadlifts. There's a lot we can do with this. So I really enjoy this machine. I hope you guys get to try this one out. But that's all the new equipment that they have. So let's go outside and we'll talk about it. I'm already back at my house, but I wanted to give you guys kind of maybe let's do a ranking. Let's do a ranking of these three machines. So the first one was the flat bench press, hammer strength bench press. I'd give that one a 7 out of 10. There's a lot of benefits over the the cons. There's a lot of pros over the cons, I should say. And then the second one, the incline, we'll do that a 4 because the cons are more than the pros. I would prefer people use the dumbbells over that machine. And then, of course, the last one that we did, that's an 8 out of 10 easy because there's just so many things you can do with it and you can use it for so many different days that it's really this simple machine that you can use no matter what you're doing that day. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video. If you want more videos just like this, make sure you like as well as subscribe so that I can keep making content like this. And of course, I'll see you guys in the next video.